What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Barnetta and I make videos about living simply, positively, and authentically. So if that speaks to you, then please subscribe and become a member of an ever-growing community filled with amazing people. Now today's video is going to be a get to know me tag. A lot of you have said how you'd love to just know more things about me beyond minimalism, beyond just, regular how-to videos in general. So here it is. Now full disclosure, I've already finished filming this video and it's way too long. I wanted to be cool and do 27 questions because that's how old I am, and I thought it'd just be fun to match the questions for every year I've been alive, but too long. It's like 55 minutes. For the sake of just being able to have a digestible, watchable video, just gonna have to cut some stuff out. I'll do a part 2 and put those in later. So anyway, without any further ado or adding to the watch time, let's get right into those questions. Here we go. So question number 1 is, if you could be any fictional character, who would you be? Now, I feel like a lot of people will be with me on this one, but I would want to be Hermione Granger because why not? She is smart, talented, she runs with the boys, she's super brave, she's a Gryffindor just like me, and also she has curly hair, and I love that because I feel like when I was growing up and I had poofy hair and just didn't understand that I had curls, I would have killed to see someone like myself on the big screen. And the other thing I love about Hermione is how she evolves beyond her stereotype, and I feel like when she is introduced in the series, she's very black and white. She's like, I'm the smart one and I'm the one who follows the rules, but she understands that some situations call for us to dig deep within ourselves and do things we never expected, and I think I'd look up to her in every way, from being successful to supporting her friends and being brave and humble and true throughout the whole process. All right, next question. If you could have dinner with anyone from history, who would you want that to be and why? This is so easy. I would love to have dinner with Walt Disney. He is just a huge inspiration for me, and it's like, I guess you don't want to, they say don't meet your heroes, but I don't think I'd be disappointed in meeting him. I find him so inspirational. Like I said, just having this unwavering vision of what he wanted fascinates me, and how he made that real is just incredible. He started an empire, and on top of that, I think he just lived to his truth in the fullest. And he was also like a family man and all around successful person. It wasn't just in one area of his life. He really lived a wholly successful life. I've just always kind of felt like this special spirit kinship with him. I would love to be able to pick his brain. Our third question is, what's the funniest thing that has ever happened to you? Now, when this happened, I had this channel and I almost talked to you guys about it, but at that point I was still new to YouTube, and I don't know, I just felt weird being so candid. But okay, so over this past summer, I was going out to lunch with my friend, and I was holding a table outside for us, and it was downtown, so it was pretty populated where we were. There were people walking down the street. It was a gorgeous day, but it was really windy, and we put the umbrella up, and I'm like, yep, I'll hold down the fort while you go pick up our food, whatever, we already ordered. And I'm just sitting there, and suddenly the umbrella starts bobbing up and down, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hold onto this picnic table a little bit more tightly because of course it's weighted and it's not gonna blow away. Well, I'm sorry. The table elevated like 3 feet in the air. It started blowing away, and I got caught with the table, and this could have ended so tragically because we were literally right on the street. It wasn't like I was on a deck or something. Right on the street, broad daylight, people around, and I get dragged with this picnic table and the umbrella, just dragged like at least 4 feet, and thank God for these men that kind of stopped the whole thing. The best part of this is that my friend, she's the funniest person I've ever met, and she's so good at telling funny stories, and she literally missed the whole thing. I don't even know how she did. She was inside, and the windows for the restaurant are huge. You can see out into the street, and it must have just been a scene from a movie. Her just sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the food, grabbing this stuff, and in the background just total chaos of me being dragged down the street and flung in the air. But now the great part of the story is that she tells it, and then the punchline is always that she missed the whole thing. So she's just telling the story from my perspective that she didn't get to see. Just really the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my freaking life. Number 4, this is a serious one. If you are standing at the gates of heaven and God asks you, "Why should I let you in?" what do you reply? Okay, if God asked me that question, first I would probably say, I'm in shock that you're even asking that, because I imagine God being very, very merciful and forgiving. And I have this saying where if I can forgive someone for really doing me wrong, hurting me in a horrible way, I truly feel like God could forgive a million times that. So I have a hard time believing that many people aren't let into heaven or whatever you see as paradise in this afterlife. So I suppose after I was getting rid of the shock of him even asking that, or she even asking that to me, I would say, well, I lived a life that I'm proud of. I lived a life where I loved as much as I could, and I really made the most of the hand that I was dealt. And I feel like me being this proud of my life means that you're proud, so I hope you let me in. I want to hang in the clouds. Question number 5. If you could compare yourself to any animal, what would it be and why? Okay, so I don't want to sound too notebook, but I really think I would be a bird of some sort, because the idea of being able to fly feels like an analogy to me of living without limits. So I'd be a bird. Now, I wouldn't be a really tiny bird because I feel like I want like more force in me. An owl is coming to mind, and not because I'm necessarily wise, but because I tend to stay up really late. That's when I thrive, and I want to be able to fly. Question number 6. If you received enough money to never work again, what would you spend your time doing? Well, this is funny. I would spend my time working. I'll be completely honest. I love what I do for a job, and I feel like I would probably continue to go into work for quite some time. Let's say I won the lottery and was a multimillionaire. But basically what I would do is I'd invest the money. I'd want to start a business. Of course, obviously, I'd help out friends and family. I would donate to charity and things like that, because if I have that much money, what am I even going to be doing with it? I'm not going to sit on it. So invest it, share it, and until I got kind of maybe tired of my 9-to-5, I would quit and do my own business, create full-time, make YouTube a full-time thing, write some books, hopefully, just spend time creating. And also I would probably be some sort of consultant for my current company, just because I really love them so much. I would have a hard time leaving that company, even if, like I said, I had a ton of money. Number 7, what would you change about your life if you knew you would never die? Well, if I knew I would never die, I feel like I'd want to spend time figuring out how I can make my family and friends not die too, because, or maybe making it so I could die and grow old, because I think about it, I think it'd be a lot more of a curse than a blessing to never die. Think about the things that you know and love and the people you know and love. All of it would just cycle out every lifetime, and that would be very lonely. I think it's hard. We're so defined by the time we are in and the things that we know. Could you imagine being limitless in that? It'd be wonderful to see what happens in the future, but I just think that I care about too much that's happening now, so I really don't want to live and never die. If that sounds weird, I think that the cycle of life is really important. The fact that we're finite is important. So that's, I don't know if I answered that question well, but that's how I feel. Question number 8, what can you do today that you couldn't do a year ago? What will you be able to do at this time next year? Well, something I can do today that I couldn't do last year is film and edit videos. I didn't know how to use any of the different tools I use now. I also never really thought of being able to speak on camera and speak in front of people the way I can now, and I'm hoping by next year I'll be able to just take that skill even higher and really be making even more quality content. So I feel like that's a pretty easy question to answer. I think I'm growing a lot in just my ability to create in general, even if it's not with YouTube creation, just with my work and design and art in general. I feel like I'm evolving in that all the time, which is really, really wonderful. Number 9, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Now, I love this question because I think it's really one of those things that a lot of people can't say. I would draw all the time and I would go into coloring contests, and when I was a kid, and I never won them because I would try and mix the colors and be like a pro, and I would just have like poop brown drawings and they looked like garbage. So yeah, I just knew that from a young age, and I decided that when I was going to graduate high school, that I wanted to just go for it, and I didn't care if it was a place or a space where people say that you are a starving artist and it's hard to be successful in. And I figured, you know what, screw it. I know if I work hard enough I can do it, and I feel so good that I'm prospering in the design field. And I feel like if I was my 8-year-old self meeting myself now, I'd be really, really happy with who I am now, and that's just something really awesome to be able to say. Number 10, who are you really? Describe yourself without using your name or any attributes given to you by society, and really think deep down, who are you? I think I'm just someone who works really hard and cares a lot about others and the people in her life, and I want to make a positive impact in this world. So I would say I'm a person who values life deeply and hopes to help others find the best version of themselves and just spread joy. I know that's what I'm meant to do, so that's pretty fun. Hopefully I'm doing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think this has been a super long video, but whatever, I just want to have fun on this channel and talk about things I want to talk about, and I thought it might be nice to let you guys get to know me a little bit more. And thank you again for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and until the next time, remember that there is no one like you. You are loved and you are beautiful inside and out. I will see you later. Bye.